Time now for number 5. One of the best young lefties in all of baseball has dropped 2 spots from last season, though. From the Chicago White Sox, it's Chris Sale. Another excellent year from Sale, somewhat obscured by a disappointing season for the White Sox. Sale had some strange blow-up games. 6 times he gave up 6 or more runs in a game. Yet, he still finished with 274 strikeouts and 208-plus innings, and did so leading the American League with a 2.73 fielding independent pitching. It's time now for number 4, the darling of the free agent class this offseason. He cashed in, formerly of the Blue Jays and now of the Boston Red Sox. It's David Price. Price had a split season in his contract year, and he delivered in both places. Started with the Tigers, and when they fell out of contention, was dealt to the Toronto Blue Jays. Made a big impact on the Blue Jays. His first 2 starts especially were big statements for a club that, at the time, was starved for starting pitching. Price threw 220-plus innings, led the American League with a 2.45 ERA, all of which propelled him to a big free agent deal with the Red Sox this offseason. Greinke already had a season for the ages, a Cy Young season for the Royals back in 2009, but he was even better last year, coming in with a crazy 1.66 ERA over 222 innings. It was the 4th lowest ERA in the divisional era, that's since 1969, trailing just Dwight Gooden in 1985 and 2 Greg Maddux seasons. Greinke was a craftsman last year. His strikeout rate dropped, but his swing and miss rate increased. If there's a case to be made for making the pitches when they count, this is the case. Greinke outperformed his FIP numbers for the historic year. This pitcher didn't even make the Shredders list last season, but this year, big breakout year. It's the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner, Jake Arrieta of the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs right-hander turned his career around in 2014. Last year got even better, turning out a historic season. Arrieta threw 229 innings and had a 1.77 ERA and a record-breaking second-half ERA of 0.75. That's not for a month. That's for the whole second half. The lowest ERA since the start of the All-Star game in 1933, when we started referring to first half and second half of a season. And still the number 1 pitcher in the game. It is, in fact, Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Kershaw had a rough start last year. His second half was somewhat obscured as well by Greinke and Arrieta, but this was yet another outstanding season for the game's top pitcher. Threw over 232 innings, had a 2.13 ERA. Incredible, given that his ERA was in the mid-4s 9 starts into the season. Led the majors in innings, strikeouts, and FIP going into his age 28 season. Still the champ. Now, Kershaw's Cy Young run of 3 straight was interrupted, but when you broaden the sample size to 5 years, and no one's beaten him in pretty much anything. The best ERA, the best ERA plus, best FIP, best strikeout percentage, best RA9 WAR. John, we're basically watching a Hall of Fame career unfold, and he is still in his prime. And I think he was obscure because he got off to that bad start. Greinke on his own team, right? Arrieta was tremendous. We saw Price, Scherzer early on. Yet at the end, I think it's Kershaw, right?
Yeah, if you're going to build a pitcher, I mean, this is the one guy. Looking at his mechanics, it's very unique. He's strong from the bottom up. And when he throws the pitches he does, I mean, the fastball at 94, 95 commands at both sides of the plate. His ability to throw that slider, which I think is the difference maker, by the way, that taking him to another level. And then this slow curveball that changes the eye level of the hitter. And I said, who can I repeat? This is the guy that most reminds me of Steve Avery. Leg kick, but they deliver the ball at a different rate. Watch the leg kick. Watch where the hands are. There's the difference. Kershaw's hands stay up. When Avery goes home, he delivers the ball. Now watch how long it takes for Kershaw to deliver the ball. With the high leg kick, he almost has another leg kick. There is a big difference right there between 2 pitchers that did it in the similar ways. When you break it down even further, here's the balance point. Watch the leg kick. See where the hands are. Now the leg's going to go down, but watch the hands stay up until he gets to a level platform right here with his knee, and then it's going to start going down from his elbows to his knee, a little bit of a pause, and then another leg kick that gets him in a position to throw the baseball, and then he lands almost flawlessly with that power and delivers to home plate. So we've seen the mechanics of Kershaw. He's mastered them. You cannot do that without strong legs and balance.
And Kershaw still number 1. It's a pleasure to see. And to beat these guys, to stay up on top, it took quite a bit of doing in a low-run scoring environment. We're seeing eye-popping numbers.